Was Cameron, where you were stationed, ever under attack or?
It was, but not until later in 1968 that we did receive some mortar fire.
What was it like to have that change from just helping people to also having to be, scared for your life?
When I first arrived, we lived in what were called hooches, which are like 24 by 48, and there were 3 or 4 officers to a hooch. And then when I first arrived, we did not have sandbags up 5 feet around the whole building. But later on, we did that. So all the hooches were able to withstand a mortar if it came close, because it's going to hit the sandbags and not go into the hooch. And obviously, if there was a warning, we would hit the floor in the hooch, and we had sandbags around us that were above our level.
Were the injured veterans, were they not in hooches, but where were they?
Where were they?
When they were being treated?
You mean, where did they come from?
No,
Okay.
in Cameron, like on the base, where were they kept, and were they? Did you have to take any precautions to make sure that they were safe from those mortars and stuff too?
When we would take them off the plane on buses, whether ambulatory or on litters, we would bring them back to our Casualty Staging Flight, which were 3 big Quonset huts. I think you know what a Quonset hut is, the big metal half-round building. And we would keep them there, clean them up, and they would stay there until the next day. So we would just keep them right there, and then they didn't really leave our wards. They had to stay on our wards.
So was all of the patients were gone within a day?
Yes, most of them were gone within a day.
What was that like to have such a quick turnover?
Well, it's sort of interesting. It's like a ballet. Everybody knows their role and what part to play and when to play it. So it just gets to be just smooth, mechanized way to do it, because everybody had a role and they knew what their role was.
Are there any memories from that year that stick out to you?
There are a couple. We obviously had some very severely wounded military people. Some were napalm bombs, which, if you have a whole lot of skin burn, it puts off a different odor that you just don't forget when you smell it. And they take special care because they can't lay in a bed for too long and they have to be rotated. We had some VIPs come and visit us. We had Jimmy Stewart, who's an actor who you may know or may not know, heard of Jimmy Stewart, and Art Linkletter, who was a TV personality. And they would come through probably the USO program to cheer up the troops and walk through the wards and say hello to people. We also had South Korean patients, Australian patients, anybody that was fighting on our side, we would take care of. We had one fella who somehow, and I don't know how, got a small tiger and put him in a briefcase, a little duffel bag, and was trying to take him back to the United States. So our only role was, I can't say we helped him, but they kept that tiger quiet in that duffel bag until we got him on the plane to go to Japan. So all we know is that he got to Japan with that little baby tiger. I don't know how far, much further he got, but yeah, he did get that far, and that was sort of a highlight that I can remember.